Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela, and as you can see, I'm making another video. I'm driving, and so I won't be editing this video, but from the title of this video, I wanted to talk about how the narcissist is dead. So the narcissist is dead, and just be patient with me, you guys, because you guys know last night something happened to my tire, so I gotta get it's not my tire, my rim. So now I have to go get a new rim. So I'm just taking the time from my busy day because I haven't been able to make videos, but this is something that is very important, and that is that the narcissist is dead. They are dead. When someone walks away from you, right? And it's not until you get discarded by the narcissist people in your life that you realize that they don't care about you, right? So when the narcissist moves on to the new supply, or people betray you, or they steal from you, or people become greedy over money and inheritances and shit like that, there's always going to be a narcissist lurking. And what I used to have a lot of trouble with was, I used to feel like, why do these people have to act like this? Like, I didn't do anything to these people. If anything, I love them. But am I selfish to love someone who's not willing to love me the same? Does that make me selfish in a way? Because you can't force people to treat you how they, how you want them to treat you, right? You can't force that on people. So this is why the narcissist always feels this upper hand, because they feel like they're showing you that they don't fuck with you like that, and you still keep forgiving them just because they sit there and tell you they won't do it again, or they're sorry, or they bring up their childhood traumas, or they bring up their past relationships, and they compare you to other people, and they make it seem like you're the walking dead, like you're the person that's dead and they're alive. And then when they leave, you feel dead. You're like, I never felt this type of death, because you almost have to put your life, who you were, behind. And it doesn't just mean career wise, because it could be career wise. They could ruin your reputation. They could ruin opportunities for you. It doesn't just mean that. It means your friendships. It means your family. It means that when you go out seeking for help, you realize that not everyone that you're asking for help, or not everyone that you thought that loved you, is alive. They're dead. They've been dead. You just didn't know they were dead, right? You realize that a lot of people are dead inside. You realize that the narcissist was dead inside, and then you it's like you're grateful, because you know, okay, shit, it's all these dead people inside, no remorse, no empathy. They don't realize how much they're hurting you, because they don't care about you the same way, because they gave you a false image of who they are, or how they look at you, or they breadcrumbed you to believe that the breadcrumbs was good enough, because you might have never had any that type of affection, love, or maybe no one has ever gotten that close to you to get to know the real you. There's people around you that you grew up with that never even knew the real you. So this person that gets close to you, these people that do get close to you, and some of them, you never were close to them. You just expected them to be there for you, because you're like, oh, this is family. You're supposed to be there. I was trained from a young age that that's who you look out for. That's who you're supposed to love. That's who you're supposed to trust automatically, right? So the narcissist brings you to a place of death, of existence, of life, of the way of living. Things that used to be easy for you, that the narcissist envied you for, going to work every day, doing the normal things, not stressing yourself out over things that you can't change, right? They bring you into this world where they bring you into the reality of the world, and you realize, oh shit, how come everyone is like walking around dead, and why doesn't everyone get together to fight against bad people that are holding us captive, or holding us, you know what I'm saying? But then you also realize, no matter how many rules you make, you cannot change people. So even if you change the order of certain rules to make things better for humanity, humanity is so diabolical that they will just fuck up a good thing, right? So then you're like, okay, there's no escaping this. Then you realize when you're dead, when the narcissist people in your life have killed you and you don't have nothing really to go back to and you really have to start all over, even if it hurts, you wait around, right? There's a period where you might even wait for the Hoover because you're so triggered. You've been hoovered for so long and been played with for so long. Even as the months and the years are even passing by, you're still living in trauma. You're still living in, maybe they'll come back. Maybe they'll hoover me. They've always hoovered me. Maybe, so as much, when the time goes by, you start to think, oh no, they got over on me. Oh no, they took off with that money and got gone. They're ghosts. They're not coming back. They took the money. It's like you made a bad deal with somebody who stole from you and now they're not coming back because they don't want to be discovered, because they feel like, how can you love someone that stole from you, right? So you realize the narcissist was dead all along, because if it was just you and them against the world, and they were willing to betray you, and you were the only person alive in their world. Nobody else took the time to listen to them, to their traumas. Nobody gave a fuck really about them, to be real with you. They might have had a lot of people around them, but no one knew the narcissist the way you did. So if they were willing to treat the only person in their life that was alive the way they did you, you realize in that moment of death that the narcissist almost has to stay dead to you, because they left you, they abandoned you when you needed them. They had no real reasons to abandon you when you helped them survive, right? If anything, you helped them survive. That's why they're the narcissist, because they suck life out of you. They suck energy, supply. So once the supply is gone, they're gone, right? So you realize, okay, this person has to be dead to me. No matter how much trauma bonding I have with them, they cross the lines. I know I'm supposed to hate them, but because they made this fake connection to me through intimacy, there's something in me that still wants, there's something there, right? Where you're like, I'll never love like this again, because they killed the illusion of what love was, what you thought love was, right? And then when you think about love with another person, you think, okay, love with another person is cool and all, but I have to love myself first. And that's the truest love, because you won't allow someone to break you down, whether they're in or out of your life. Whether one day they come and give you life and they give you all this positivity, and then the next minute they turn into the Walking Dead on your ass, and it's not gonna deteriorate who you are and who you are as a person, because you finally understand that people that once you felt like they made you feel alive, are now dead. You learn that death is normal, period. So death in relationships becomes normal, period, right? Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to find this place. Big tire. I don't think this is the place. And I'm gonna have to look at my navigation, because I'm literally around the corner from wherever I'm supposed to be. And I have like an hour left. But let me just end this video real quick. But I wanted to put this message out there, right? Because it's something that it took me years. I used to sit around like thinking about the past, or thinking about people that hurt me or walked out on me, or even friendships, right? I had a best friend that was like a sister to me. We grew up together, and she got into a toxic relationship with a narcissist. She drifted off and I always knew that we drifted off because of that narcissist she was with. I didn't know he was a narcissist, but now, from all the terminology, now I know, okay, he was a narcissist, right? But I didn't have nothing to do with what she went through, and she became dead to me because she stopped giving a fuck about me. And I said to myself, how can people stop giving a fuck about you when you've never done nothing to them? And why would they stop fucking with you like you did something? Why would they dead you when You're not the one causing them pain, it's that narcissist, right? But when that narcissist killed my best friend, it killed who she was to me, because she had to start all over, and she no longer looked at anyone from her past as being a living person anymore. So the empathy was gone. And I would talk to her and I would be like, what did I do to you as a friend, right? And it was fucking me up, because I'm like, at least when the narcissist leaves, you want to have a circle of people that care about you. But I'm like, I don't even have my best friend. I don't have no one to talk to. I'm going through death all by myself. And then in order for me to forgive my best friend, I also realized that she felt what I felt. She felt abandoned. She felt, because that's what narcissists bring death. They're dead people. She no longer trusted to know if I was alive or dead. She just felt like, hey, everybody is a walking corpse and I got to watch out. I got to look out for myself. So I had to forgive her and not hold this animosity towards her, because I felt like, oh, you know. So when the narcissist kills you off, it's like, you think back, you pay attention, you observe certain relationships. You know that certain people might have not been narcissists, but they acted narcissistic. You know the difference, right? You know the difference. You know someone who is dead and trying to kill you, and then you know the difference between someone who was killed or attempted to be killed by the dead. And you can see why this person would want to erase their past, so you don't hold any animosity towards them. You see that certain relationships, they're just not going to work out, especially when certain people are still connected to these dead people. They're still not done messing with them. They still want to keep playing with these narcissistic people, or they still want to keep arguing or talking about them or going back and forth. They haven't healed from the dead, from the trauma of almost being killed. You know, they killed you spiritually, but they didn't kill you physically. So you're like, oh shit, this person literally killed me, but not on a physical plane, right? So the months, the years go by, and the fucking reality sets in, and you're like, oh shit, I always knew it was gonna hurt. I always knew that I made certain choices that weren't good. I always knew these things, and I always thought I would be okay with it, or I would be strong enough to survive, and you have been strong enough to survive, but I always thought things would probably get better. And sometimes they don't get better. They get better, but they never go back to being, things never go back to being, they get better, but things never go back to being the same. But you also learn to let go of what kept you in the physical world. So that's how you're able to cope with these things. But in that moment, you realize, damn, I could have died. You realize the, like, death and living, and you feel like, I'm already a dead girl walking. Everybody in my life is dead to me. They're walking dead people, because they don't even know what narcissism really is. They can study that shit, but not until it hits them in all aspects of their life, and they don't have flying monkeys and people around them to make them feel better. They won't know what narcissism is. So you're basically like, there's only certain people that are alive like me who actually know the full extent. They don't want to talk to narcissists. They don't want to listen to what narcissists got to say. There's only certain people that know what's really behind those eyes. They can see right through the narcissist, their conversations, and them trying to act like they're so intelligent and they got so much wisdom to offer you and shit. So the real people can see right through all that. You know that there's people who were brainwashed by these people and they behave like narcissists, and then you realize that narcissists became a choice to these people. It became a choice to be the walking dead, to suck on other people's energy. They made an oath to themselves to suck the life out of other people's energy. They made a promise to themselves. No matter who comes across my life and loves me and cherishes me, I'm going to fuck over them because of this, because of that, because of that. They make excuses to why they're going to bring death into your life, right? Because they feel like, well, I need help. They're the walking dead. They need help. They need fuel. They need blood. They need energy. They need food, right? So when you realize this and the years go by, you realize this person never came back for me. You realize you could have died at any moment, any day, any month, any accident could have occurred. And you realize that motherfucker just walked out of your life. These people walked out of your life and they could care less. Because if they cared, they wouldn't do things to hurt you, because they know consciously, even if they're trying to play stupid, consciously they know, hey, if you were to die, this is what I did to you before you died. I fucking cheated on you. I lied. I did all these things. So they're showing you who they are, because someone who has a conscience, who actually has remorse, they're not going to want to waste your time for months and years at a time, because they're going to think to themselves, you have family, you have friends, you have people that love you. I don't want to come and fuck up your life and feel like it's my fault if something happens to you. So a lot of people don't want to be responsible over other people's lives. So this is why certain people don't get in relationships, is because you don't want to be responsible over someone's life and how you treated them before something, a tragic accident or illness happens, right? So you think to yourself, I don't want to fuck with people, right? Because I don't want to waste their time. The narcissist, going into the situations that they go into, they know you could die any day. They know accidents happen all the time. They know all these things, but they are so wicked, so demonic, that they're like, I don't give a damn. I'm going to play you. I'm going to cheat on you. I'm going to use you. I'm going to take you away from your family. I'm going to make you fucking cry every day. I'm going to make you stay up all night. I don't care. You can sit here and tell me that I'm making you depressed and you feel suicidal and you're going crazy, but I don't care. Right? The narcissist will treat you like shit, like you're already dead to them. Like you're already dead. Before they even kill you, they're treating you like you're already dead, and that's the mission they're on. They're on an assignment. So once they're gone, you realize, like, you know, any day could be your last. So you live every day like it is your last. You treat people the way you want to be treated. You don't go out your way. You always try to do the right thing, because you don't see yourself gaining anything from doing the wrong thing. Because even if you do something to gain something, at the end of the day, those things that you try to gain, if it's money or whatever, you know that those aren't things that are going to make you happy. And you know those aren't things that you can take when you die. So when you see that the narcissist is caught up in this materialistic world, in this survival mode, in this animalistic nature, you realize that they're just dead people walking around. And then what happens is, the longer you're away from them, you start to see that there's dead people everywhere. You're like, I see dead people. I see dead people. They're everywhere, right? You could feel their energy. You could see them coming. You could see that they hate you. They hate you. It's this hate where they're like, oh, I don't care if you die. It's like they want to see you homeless. They want to see you doing bad. It's like they're jealous. They're even envious. They're looking at you with these evil eyes. Or you could feel them in the corner of your eyes, like staring at you, staring you down, wondering why you're alive, wondering why you have what you have, not knowing what you've been through, but still having this evil hate, or just hating you for who you are or how you look. They just got hate. They think they're perfect people. They think they're God. They think they're invincible. They think they'll be young forever, right? You see the arrogance in people, and you're like, this bitch is dead. This motherfucker over here, they're dead. Because they don't even see that their behavior is causing death onto others. Their energy, the looks they give, the whispers they give, the movements, their aura, everything about them is dead. And when narcissists never looks back, and they never apologize, they're stealing energy from people, you realize this person didn't give a damn if I would have died or if I'm alive still. They don't care. The reality sets in. So when you come around dead people, you realize dead people don't care about you. So automatically you don't feel like you owe nobody nothing, because you're technically dead to me, because you're not going to help me survive anyway. you're a stranger. So anyone who's a stranger is a harm to you. Anyone who's a stranger is dead. People from your past, they're dead. You can't bring those people back to life. So every time the narcissist hoovered you back, there was no way of reviving the narcissist to life because they're dead. They're dead people. They were dead all along. It's just that you gave them life. You made them real. But when you leave the narcissist, years pass by, you realize that they're dead. You realize that they were always dead. You just made them, you alived them. You gave them life. They were already dead. So my whole thing is, when you come across people from the past, people who are dead to you, people who left you behind, you can't go back. That's my advice. I used to wonder for months, years at a time. I used to go back to people months later, years later, go back to people, forgiving them, thinking maybe we're at different stages of our life. Maybe we grew up. Maybe we were more childish back in the day, right? No. Every time I went back to the past to rekindle any relationship with people, with friends, they were still dead people. They never changed. They're still dead. And if you didn't notice that they were dead then, you will notice that they're dead now. And this is why you got to leave the dead behind. So that was basically my message, you guys. I got to leave. I got probably like 45 hours left to do what I got to do. And oh man, I'm having a lot of things happening to me. But guess what? If I had a motherfucker that's dead around me right now, it would be worse. So I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, peace, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.